Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. My name is Taylor and in today's video we are celebrating hitting 20,000 subscribers. So first of all, I just want to say thank you so much. But today's video is going to be a Q&A, nothing fancy, nothing even really about The Sims. Some of the questions are of course about The Sims, but most of them are more geared towards me and who I am as a person, which I really like, and it makes me realize that you guys kind of care about me and not just about the game, and that makes me emotional. First thing we'll get out of the way is do not judge me for the background or any of this or my Harry Potter very fall looking vibe. I am over summer. I am ready for September. I want it now. I would really like it to even be Christmas time. I'm just ready. We are ready. So don't judge me for any of that. Roast me in the comments if you want, but I'm not going to take it offensively because I love autumn. But yeah, before we get into any of the questions, I just want to say thank you guys so much. I started 2020 with 250 subscribers, and somehow we're at 20k and it's not even the end of August yet. Well, actually today is the last day of August, so I guess it is the end of August. Wow, September is tomorrow. It is fall. I don't care if it doesn't start till almost the end of September. It's fall in my mind. We're done. Bye summer. Okay. But yeah, anyway, thank you so much for 20,000 subscribers. I really appreciate every single person who watches the video and subscribes and likes and the comments. Like, I get comments from the same people every day and like, you guys know who you are, but I love it so much and I just am so excited to have this little bubble of people that care about me for whatever reason and who have subscribed so recently. Like, it's just crazy. It's all just crazy. So let's jump into some questions. So the first question comes from Baked Beans, which is an interesting username, but says, as a child, what did you want to be when you grew up? And the answer to this is actually a teacher. I always really wanted to be a teacher. I wanted to teach like 2nd or 3rd grade when I was a kid, and now I realize that I don't think I'd be very good at that. I have a lot of social anxiety, or if I'm around like large groups of people, I get really awkward. And then once I got a little bit older, I realized more of that and was like, oh, maybe not. So I ended up going to university. I started with a social work degree and then that switched to psychology because I was like, I don't want to be a social worker. And then I actually ended up with a business degree. I switched majors a lot in school and ended up getting a business degree. Had no idea what I wanted to do with it. Started a website called Not Quite an Adult. It actually still exists, but I sold it to someone else, so it's no longer mine, but you can go check it out if you want. But it's a personal finance website, and that's how I kind of made money for a few years after school. And then I ended up making ultimatesimsguides.com, and then that kind of took off way faster than I thought it would, as well as this YouTube channel. So I sold the other website, and now we're here. So I definitely did not become what I wanted to be when I grew up, but this is where we are. So that's pretty cool. The next question is very nice. It says, how's the move going? Hope all is okay and all that. What do you like best about Toronto? So for those of you that don't know, I recently signed a lease and paid first and last month's rent for an apartment in Toronto. I currently live in like 4 hours away from Toronto in a smaller town that I've lived in for a long time. I moved to Windsor specifically when I was 7. And I moved like from the greater Toronto area, like one of the towns outside of Toronto, and I've always wanted to be back in the city. Like, I always knew that when I graduated, I wanted to end up back there, and it just kind of took longer than I expected. I have a sister who's like 14 years younger than me. She's going to be celebrating her 12th birthday in a few weeks on the 13th of September, so I'm pretty excited about that. Happy early birthday, Brooke. I love you. But I just wanted to kind of be around for more of her growing up, and I didn't want to leave when she was really young, so I kind of stayed for longer than I wanted to, but I've always wanted to be in Toronto. I love the entire vibe of the city. I love how like multicultural it is. There's so many different kinds of food and so many different kinds of people, and you can just learn so much about yourself in a bigger city, and I'm so excited to move. But as for how the move's going, we haven't really started packing yet. We don't really have that much stuff, but we are doing a lot of planning, and we have about 2 weeks as of now, and I'm starting to freak out. It'll be 2 weeks tomorrow. That's coming very fast. Holy cow. Okay, I'm gonna go freak out. This question from, I'm not even going to try to say your username because I have no idea what that says. Lemony36? Sure, we'll go with that. It says, who is your favorite pre-made Sims character and why? See, that's a hard one because I'm obviously going to pick somebody from The Sims 2 because The Sims 2 is my favorite iteration of this game and it will forever be my favorite iteration of this game. I love it so much. It was such a big part of my childhood. And honestly, I think that like storyline wise, I really liked Brandy Broke and like her family, like Dustin Broke and Bo and like that whole thing, because the way that I like to play The Sims is with a poor family who like I have to build up, and the second they have money I'm sick of them. So like I don't ever play with the Goth family. I would never play with the Land Grabs or the Altos or anybody who had any amount of money. I always went for the poor people, which is interesting. Like most people don't do that out of pre-made characters. So I definitely think that the Broke family is up there. And of course I love like the Calientes, not the Sims 4 Calientes, the Sims 2 Calientes, and Don Lothario, because that whole thing and Bella Goth and all that is so fun. Honestly, anyone from the Sims 2. All of Veronaville in the Sims 2. All of them. Every single person. If I had to pick somebody from the Sims 4, I would honestly say Travis Scott, which is hilarious, but he's my favorite Sim to marry and then kill. I don't know why. There's something about the color of his hair that makes me want to kill him. Like, why? I just always end up marrying him, like using him to like help raise my children as like a stay-at-home dad, and then getting rid of him eventually because I'm sick of him. This question from James Allen says, if you had to get rid of one pack, which one would it be? Or one of each kind of pack. So one expansion, one stuff, one game pack. So for stuff packs, it would probably, honestly, it wouldn't be my first pet stuff, surprisingly. It would be luxury party stuff. I don't use any of the objects in luxury party. There's no real gameplay stuff that I use because I don't throw luxury parties. Like I'm going to throw a family birthday party or like a Harvest Fest dinner. I'm not going to have a bunch of people over to like have a soiree. So I don't use any of the build buy objects, and the clothes are just meh for me. Like I don't use them often because I don't throw those kinds of parties. So that would be the stuff pack. For me, the game pack would probably be Dine Out. I love the idea of eating out at restaurants in The Sims 4, but I don't do it ever. However, there is one plant in Dine Out that I really, really like, so it might actually be Spa Day. It's either Dine Out or Spa Day that I would just kick right out of there. And for an expansion pack, see, that's really hard, but I honestly think that it would be Island Living, because Island Living came with the least amount of gameplay out of all the expansions. However, Sulani is one of the most beautiful places in The Sims 4, so I'm like, but I honestly think that it would be Island Living. I prefer Eco Lifestyle to Island Living now because the furniture is great, the world is fun, and like the pre-made characters are fun. Like, I don't know, there's just something about Eco Lifestyle that really drew me in. I know a lot of people didn't really like that pack, but I enjoyed it. So there were a couple comments that had more than one question. So like in this one, there's one that I've already answered, so I won't go over that. So Mia Cooper said, I have a few. Who's your favorite townie? We went over that one. Is YouTube your only career? Technically no, because I also have the website, but the website and YouTube are my only job. Do I have any siblings? I do. I have an older brother. His name is Justin. He's 3 years older than me. So he'll be 29 on the 15th. Actually, on my moving day is his birthday. And he lives in Vancouver. And then I have a sister who will be 12 on the 13th. And her name is Brooke. And she's my best friend and I love her. And I am from Canada, Ontario specifically, and I'll be living in Toronto soon. So very excited. This question from Sabrina says, what is your favorite scary movie? The answer is no. Absolutely not. I hate scary movies. Two of my friends, Brenna and JP, would always drag me to scary movies because they like to laugh at me, and I would sit in the middle and I would just be like eating my popcorn, like waiting to scream my head off, and they would laugh the entire time. I hate it. There was this one movie, I don't remember what it was called, but the entire movie like took place on a computer screen, and it was a scary movie, and like people kept dying, and most people in the room didn't think it was scary and they weren't freaking out, but I screamed every 5 seconds because that's who I am. I do not like scary movies. So the question from Sylvia Sims is, what is your favorite kind of Sims challenge that you did or are doing or haven't done yet but are curious about? Now, I doubt that anyone here actually knows this, but I started a different Sims channel the beginning of 2019, I believe. Yeah, I think it was 2019, and I played the Black Widow challenge on that. I started a 100 baby series, and it was just like named after my name, and I just didn't have enough time in my day to actually like dedicate to that channel, so I ended up deleting it, which now I kind of regret because this channel kind of took off and I feel like it's something that I'm really passionate about and that I really like doing. So I'm kind of bummed that I deleted that because I may have been a little bit further along because it was almost like a year earlier, but that's fine. But I did the Black Widow challenge on that channel. I never finished it, but it was honestly so much fun. Like, if you don't know the Black Widow challenge, you end up marrying people, stealing their money, and then killing them, marrying somebody else, stealing their money, killing them, essentially. If you want to watch a really good Black Widow challenge, the English Simmer has one of the best ones. That's actually where I got like the inspiration to kind of start my channel, as I was rewatching that, and I loved it so much. So it's definitely the Black Widow challenge. So this has a couple of questions. Do you have any pets? there's a family pet. Like, my mom and my sister have a dog. His name is Marshmallow, and he is like the love of my life. He's a long-haired wiener dog. I made a video making a wiener dog house last week. That was a weird one. But he's the cutest, and I'm gonna miss him so much when I move, and I'm really sad. And eventually I will get a puppy. I know I will someday. Probably not anytime soon because I'm so busy, but it's in the cards. We've already answered, do you have any siblings? What's your favorite color? Now, I'm the type of person that changes a lot. Right now, it's kind of like a bluey, tealy color. Like, honestly, the color of, like, look, that way. That leaf over there. Where am I pointing? I have no idea. But I like bluey, teal colors or purple. Purple's been, up there for a really long time. And what is my favorite food? I'm the type of person that I always want what I can't have. I am lactose intolerant, and I'm allergic to gluten, and I'm allergic to red meat. And my favorite foods include hamburgers. I got a hamburger with, a real bun, not a gluten-free bun, lots of cheese, and red meat. So I can't eat any of those things, but it's like my favorite food. So that's sad. And macaroni and cheese, which is also a lot of cheese. And I've tried some vegan mac and cheese, and it's not the same. So my favorite foods are things that my body does not like, of course, because that's just how it works. This is probably one of my favorite questions. It is, where is the panda from? So this panda here, this one, hello. This is Ming. Her name is Ming. She's one of the, TY Beanie Boos that they replaced Beanie Babies with. If you're old enough that you had a Beanie Baby, please comment in the comments because I had so many Beanie Babies and I loved them so much. But this is Ming. She's 4 years old. I got her for my birthday 4 years ago from my boyfriend. It was actually the first gift he ever gave me. And now she's just kind of become part of the channel because one day I decided that she was going to be in every video. And now she just hangs out up there. I love her to death. She's so cute. Look at that little face. Look at it. What did you get? I just love her to death, and she just makes me happy. So she is a gift from my boyfriend from 4 years ago that I've just had for a long time, and now she's here forever. So get used to it. So Luke had a couple of questions. We have, how old are you? I just turned 26 in July, which, wow, that sounds really old, especially compared to a lot of you. I'm probably ancient, but yes, I am 26 years old. Have you always wanted to do YouTube? I actually have started channels numerous times. I had a lifestyle channel that got up to 300 subscribers in 2012. I've been watching YouTube since 2007. I'm one of those people that's been around for so long. I remember people like Alicia Marie when they were young people. It's crazy to see how successful they've been now, but I've always wanted to do it. I've always wanted to do it in some capacity, but I just don't think that my life is interesting enough, and I just kind of gave up on it and deleted that channel as well. Apparently I have a history of creating and deleting channels, but then I did start a Sims channel, which we already mentioned, and then I deleted that one as well, and then now we're here. So yeah, I have always had some desire to do YouTube in some form. I just didn't know what that would look like. The next one that we haven't answered yet is, are you in school? I graduated in 2017 with a business degree with a minor in psychology. So I'm not currently in school, but I do have my degree, and I feel like I use it sometimes, but not really. And the final one here is, why don't you use mods or CC? Now I'm actually going to start getting into custom content, clothes and hair and all of that, because I want my Sims to be a little bit cuter, but I don't like to use a lot of mods in my videos because a lot of the time I'm doing guide type videos where I'm showing you guys how to do something, and I don't want to ever show you something and tell you that it's in a certain pack or in the game, but it's actually because of a mod. So I don't want to get too used to a feature and then think that it's in the game and then tell you about it and then you'd be like, wait, that's not a real thing. So I try to avoid using mods when I'm making any of these videos just because I don't want to confuse people and I want it to be very straightforward. So if that makes any sense. And the final question I'm going to answer is from Juniper567, and it says, if you could add a new expansion pack into the game, what would they be? This is a hard one for me. So most people want farming. That's not something I'm into. I don't really want to be a farmer. I don't really want more animals. I know a lot of people want horses. I didn't like the horses in The Sims 3. It was just not something I was into. I honestly think I really want a generations pack, of course, because everybody wants generations. I want more fun family gameplay because that's just kind of what I do. I would also love to have some kind of romance pack. That could include wedding stuff. I would love to have cuter wedding arches and more things for you to do and different types of wedding vibes. I think would be so fun. And I think that would sell really well because a lot of Sims players really like to put a lot of effort into weddings in the game. So I think that would be pretty cool. As for an actual expansion pack, I'm trying to think. I would honestly love to see The Sims 3 into the future again in The Sims 4, something along those lines. I know a lot of people won't care about that because a lot of people didn't seem to like that pack based on knowledge that I got. But I don't know, because it was kind of I'm pretty sure that was the last pack we got for The Sims 3, so a lot of people just kind of ignored it and moved on to The Sims 4. but I don't know, I really like the futuristic vibes, except the furniture wouldn't be. Honestly, the one I want the most is an IKEA stuff pack. That's my answer. I would add an IKEA stuff pack, a wedding game pack, and an Into the Future expansion pack. That is my answer. 100%. There we go. We're done. But yeah, that is all of the questions. I'm just gonna get sappy again for a minute. Thank you guys so much for 20K. I'm still in shock every single time I say that I have 20,000 subscribers. Every time I go into my channel and someone's like, "Oh, congrats!" I'm like, "Oh, that's a lot of people." It makes me uncomfortable because it's like a lot of you, and some videos are getting a lot of views now, and I'm like, wow, that's a lot of people watching my face. Like, bye. Ming's nervous. She doesn't like people. She's hiding. See? She's scared. Whoa. All right, she's down here now. But yeah, thank you guys so much for 20,000 subscribers, and to the people that comment on the videos every single day, especially the people in like the first hour every time. Like, you guys are incredible, and I'm trying to answer at least all of the comments in the first hour, so I try to respond to you guys as much as possible because I'm really, really thankful for everything you've done for me in the last year, and just thank you from me and Ming. I really hope you have an awesome day, and I will see you guys next time. Bye, everybody.